mortified. So I focus on being fortified. Twisted shit encrypted and codified. Products of a simulation. First generation sufferers of overstimulation. My stipulation got me looking for some ventilation. I changed the station, ignoring Satan's invitation. No visitation for my brothers off solicitations. Incarcerations, it's called the Matrix. If life's a bitch, then she's a dominatrix. So death got to be your masculine presence. Opening his arms while you bask in his essence. Sometimes when I talk to God, I call my passive aggressive. Will I open heaven's doors or just burn from my lessons? Blessings. You know the game been told. If I was you, then my soul would have been sold. Watch what you do, cause it's coming back tenfold. Either way it goes, man, I'm 10 toes, 10 toes, 10.
What's up? What's going on? How's everybody doing? We got another one. Staying busy, back to back with it. Can let me know, put a one in the chat if y'all can hear the sound effects. I just hit the applause button. I'm working with a new little setup, but it's been giving me a little trouble. Shout out to Miss Plum in the building. Can you hear the applause, Miss Plum? Can you hear it? Hold on. Mm-mm-mm. Do you hear anything? I don't even hear myself. I don't know what's going on. Oh, you do hear it. I don't know why I don't hear it. That's weird. But anyway, thank you for pulling up. Last night was a good show. We had a good conversation with Hocus for a Fifth. And tonight we're going to have another one. I met this young lady about a week and a half ago on Fatty and Ali's channel, and I thought she had an interesting story. And I wanted to pick her brain. I felt like she was a good sport. She was able to articulate herself very well. She didn't seem like she was just so far in the clouds we couldn't reach her. Just, I didn't get any narcissistic energy from her. You know what I'm saying? She definitely easy on the eyes. She definitely has a salacious page. But she's a businesswoman as well. You know what I'm saying? No, so I feel like there's more than meets the eye. That's why I feel like this interview I want to call Beneath the Surface, because I would love to pick the brain of, someone who probably gets a lot of attention from men, women, people from all walks of life. So dealing with that type of pressure, always, people asking you questions, misunderstanding. I'm sure she has a lot to say about, truths or untruths or misconceptions that people may have about people in her line of work. So I thought it would be interesting to pick her brain. So without further ado, I'm mad as hell my sound effects ain't quite working, because I definitely would love to bring her in with the right intro, but we're gonna do what it do. So without further ado, we're gonna bring in Miss Esmerlin Valdez.
I'm gonna get my
Esme,
own
what's
sound
going
effect.
on?
Woo
What? Woo woo. Hey, yo, we in the building. So yeah. So Esme, what's going on? How you doing? How was your weekend? How's your New Year? How's everything been going for you?
Man, I was trying to tell you I've been sick, but
Oh
here
man.
we are, reporting to duty.
Okay. So before we get started, just real quick, just tell us a little bit about your background, where you come from, uh, how did you get to the place that you are today?
Okay, so I'm 40 years old. Let's start there. I have a 24-year-old daughter. I'm Dominican. I came to the United States when I was 7. I think in Spanish. So if you see me pausing, it's because the words are registering. Other than that, I have a real pretty chill life. I just recently opened a nonprofit. It's called Pura Vida, which means pure life. And I have that nonprofit because I grew up in foster care and I had to wing life. Like,
Mm,
the struggle was real. I had a kid my daughter was born when I was 15.
mm.
Um, and it was rough. Her father was much older. He wasn't, much of anything. Hey, Storm.
Hey,
So
Storm.
yeah, so I opened my nonprofit so that I'm able to help kids who are navigating just life,
Mhm.
getting through that and coming out. Because when I decided to sign myself out, I wasn't eligible for the funding because I didn't stay till I was 21. So I kind of had to wing life. And I don't want people to do that. And then there's families who are like in the middle of having their kids in foster care and they don't know how to navigate that because there's no real help. And that's just what it is. So I opened my nonprofit. It's been super, super good. I've been doing a lot for the community. I also have a finance business that I run and I do loans. So, guys, if you need a loan, hit me up. I work with like 118 different banks. And besides that, let's get into Instagram, right? I do social media management for everybody. I realized that I was becoming super popular on Instagram, but I also realized that that's what gave me a voice, right? Because okay, now people know who you are, they see you. What are you going to do with this platform? So what I decided to do with the platform was to give other business owners a voice. So that's what I do. I bring people on my platform and I let them show the world who they are. That's what I do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. So give us a little on your upbringing a little bit, and what inspired you today to do the things you do.
So I did grow up in foster care. Let me just clarify though, because first of all, I am now my mama is my best friend.
Hmm.
Okay. So everybody has a story, everybody survives life, how they survive life. She was going through whatever the hell she was going through,
Hmm.
and that put her in a situation where you know, she did what she knew how to do to survive. My mom was a domestic violence or is a domestic violence survivor. She was shot 5 times and survived by the man that should have been caring for her. And you know, coming back from that, having to learn, she had to have open brain surgery. She had to learn how to wall talk. So she was really bitter. So she did a lot of things that she may not be proud of. Um, but when I met her again, when I met her, you know, where she's at, I think we like linked back up like maybe 6 years ago.
So this
I,
was when you was younger. Your mother went through this.
yeah. So she brought me to this country when I was 7, and this happened. I want to say when I was like 12. I went into foster care. Um, and you know, she was going through what she was going through, so she became like very abusive. She was just a very bitter person, and at the time, obviously, I didn't understand. So, I would have pointed the finger.
Mm-hmm.
But now, you know, standing in front of you, I understand that people go through different places and things in their lives. And who am
Yeah.
I to tell anybody, you know, how to do things? But getting to know her again, right, showed me like why I'm the way I am, you know, why I'm so goofy. She's pretty cool. I like her a lot. She's dope. And she has lupus,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like in its really bad stages. And you know, I'm fortunate enough to be her full time caretaker now. And I get to show her maybe what I would have liked when I was growing up.
Hmm.
So I make sure that I'm the best kid that I can be to her. So she missed out on my cool self, right?
Yeah. Well, enjoy the time you have. I actually lost my mother this year. April. Well, last year, April 28th. So yeah. Hold on to her while you got her, man. Because I
I'm
definitely wasn't
I'm
prepared for
holding
that.
on to dear life.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Please do.
she's pretty
But
cool.
so let's get into these questions. Your online image projects a very confident yet baddie aesthetic. How intentional is that as branding versus personal expression?
Okay, so I'm gonna just be completely honest. Whew,
You want me
I
to
hate
repeat the
saying
question?
no, no,
You want
no, no.
me-
I know the
Okay, okay,
question is just that I want to
okay.
be brutally honest without saying
Absolutely.
something that you know they're gonna come back and punch me in the face for. So just the bottom line is I've realized that sex sells, right? That's the bottom line. I realized that being pretty, so if you look like I have pictures where I look like a baddie and then my captions is like deep, right? Because I know that this is what's gonna bring you to my page, but I'm, you know, like how I think and how I carry myself is what's gonna keep you there. So on a marketing point of view, that's what I have always done. I remember when I first started social media, I started taking pictures, you know, that were sexy, that show that I'm a sexy, confident girl, the same way you
Mhm.
said it. And then I utilized the captions. I started telling my story. Like I started talking about, you know, how my mom put me in a cage and how I was abused and think yeah, so things of that
Wow.
nature.
So your mom put you in a cage?
My mom was a demon.
At
Yeah,
what
my
age
mom.
was this?
So from 7, I want to say like maybe the first 2 years of my life were real like loving. She was real nurturing, but then after that, she was yeah, she
Did
was.
she ever like address these things with you and like apologize, or is it something where you just loved it despite her addressing? Because a lot of times with mothers and their daughters, they don't really address it. They just kind of sweep it under the rug like nothing happened. So were you able to air out like how you felt and how that made you feel with her?
So to be completely honest, I had to no. That's the answer to the question. No. Um, I'm Dominican, and I know I keep saying that, but culture really matters, right? Dominican in that era, they're just very strict, very much like, it's what the parent says, that's what it is. I could do no wrong because I'm the parent. So we are raised very strong. So when she came back into my life, in fact, she was on some like, well, you were a bad behaved kid, and I try to get you out the system, and it's just like, she was still pointing the finger at me. And I had to realize, sometimes even with your friends, right? Like when you love people, you got to let them be who they are. And if it's not affecting you and the way you live your life, it is what it is.
But you
So
don't think that would you don't think that affected you? Do you think that's just something, or you just suppressing it? But you don't.
I forgave her. You know what I'm saying? Like I
I
forgave
hear you.
for
I hear you.
I feel like once you let go of pain, you become free. And there's nothing that anybody can do to change that. So I had already made up my mind. When she reached out to me, I had made up my mind. And this is exactly what I told her. I said, whatever you did in the past, let's leave it in the past. I want to know you. Like I want to know the woman that you are today. That's it. I don't want to revisit situations that we can't fix. Now, if you're able to be my mom from today on, yes. Will I ever let her put her hands on me or disrespect me or do some of the things that she did? Absolutely not. But she's also not that person. It's kind of like like when people cheat on you and you decide to stay with them. There's two things you could do. You can really just be looking at them side-eye 24/7 and not live a good situation, or you could really blossom and grow with them and you guys can create something different.
Now I agree, but where I disagree is you still have to come to some type of accountability for what you did. Like me personally, it's like if somebody cheat on me and it's like they saying, "Yeah, I cheated, so what?" It's like, no, motherfucker. Let's talk about that. Like, why did you cheat? Who do you cheat with? What made you do it? Did it something I did? Something like so. It's like with me, even before my mom passed, we bumped heads a lot throughout life, and I'm the type of person. If I feel like you exposed me to something or you um there's something that affected my upbringing or my mindset because of you, you have to address it with me because it's going to alter how I view you. Because it's like, and me personally, it's like if you my mother, you my father, you my uncle, that's just a title, but until you do something. So if I can't address something that you've done that I have to deal with for the rest of my life, you not my mom or you not my uncle until we get to this point. Like you have to address what you did, and then it'll open up the door for me. This is how I look at it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Cause
I'm
it's
one of those
hard for
people.
me
I
to
don't need
like, you know what I'm
closure.
saying? You said what?
I don't need closure. Like I don't
I'll
need
feel
that.
you.
I have never ever needed that because I feel like, and don't get me wrong, like I've got cheated on and I was asking all them questions, right? But it's just like, all right, if you tell me, who the person is, is it gonna make it different? Like if you're gonna tell me, like,
I mean, and I get that. Not necessarily tell me, but just address what led you. Like, just have some type of
and
conversation. Like,
is sorry gonna take the pain away?
not sorry, but maybe it's something that was done. I'm not. First of all, I'm not taking back a cheater, so that's good for you. I'm not
Okay,
doing that. So this is
I'm
this is
not doing
strictly
it either, but
hypothetical.
I
This is
have.
hypothetical for me. But what I'm saying is, it's not necessarily want to know who did it, but what happened between us that led you to make you think that that was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this something we can address? Like I said, I wouldn't even deal with it, but it's like, is this something I said? Is it something that happened? Like, what happened in our relationship that led you to go this route?
I mean, it was just so obvious. Like me, like going through foster care, making bad decisions, having a kid at that age, like all the mistakes. Let me tell you, having a kid at 14 and getting on the train in New York is like the biggest eye opener in your life, right? Because people look
I'm
at you
sure.
like you are gum on the floor. You have no idea how many doors I had closed at me. Like people looked at me like I wasn't nothing. You know what I mean? Because I'm just a poor kid. So it's just like when you have and then I made mistake after mistake after mistake before I got it right. So it's just like, who am I to ask her? Like, does she even have an explanation for that, or does
Hmm.
she just really want to blossom where she's at right now? So that's just how I felt about that situation. Like, I, she was
Now,
getting
would you
now
do
that
the
I'm a,
same if it was your father?
yeah, I would do the same if it was my dad.
Okay, I
I would
respect
do
it
the same
because
if it was people. Period.
that's just well, that's you. Because I've been with a woman before, and she was so lenient with her mother, but she would never give her father the same pass, and it wasn't even her real father.
Listen,
So he was taking on the strength of somebody else, and it's like she would hold him to every little thing, but she would let her mother get off the hook. It's like your mother the one that lied. Your mother the one that told you this was your father and wasn't, but you forgive her for everything, but you think he need to get over the fact that he was lied to. So at least you're fair. So I respect that. But all right, next
yeah,
next question. Have you noticed people forming assumptions about your values or lifestyles solely based on your photos?
that's my entire life.
Talk
That's
about it.
like, yeah, I mean, people make perceptions, people assume that I'm not smart. They assume that they have to come with me with money. Like, I get a lot of DMs, what's your cash app? What's your Zelle? Like, and that be the initial conversation, because the assumption is that I need money, right? Because that's what I'm on style for.
Exactly. But this the thing, right? So this I don't know because like we're not familiar with each other, so I'm sure you weren't familiar with me as well. But I had went viral a couple years ago, right?
Mm,
And I did a video where I was on a corner and I was talking to this girl, and she was saying that I was talking about how women, be on some bullshit. And the statement I made was, she's like, you got to get you a real woman. You got to get you a real woman. I said, the problem is the real woman is standing too close to the hole, so we can't tell a difference. So what I'm saying is not necessarily just how you dress, but like interests. It's like if everybody dressed one way and if everybody's
mhm.
into the same things, how do you know? But I also said you only know the difference between until you start talking to them. So I say that to say this: most men will see your pictures and they won't even think you got that type of depth to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
they'll probably come with the money because it's like, yo, somebody look like her. She definitely don't care about my personality. She definitely don't care about probably that's what they're assuming because most
Yeah.
women in that position are not. Why should talking to the average man? Why shouldn't he feel that way when he runs into an Esme or runs? Why should he discard or bypass what he sees and just go beyond that and get to know the person?
I just
Important
want to
from your
start, but I just want to start by saying that people always block their own blessings, right? Because it's always like, what if, what if, what if? Just
Mhm.
go see what's
Okay.
up. Like, have some confidence within you, because you'll be surprised. And this is why I love traveling, because I
Okay.
love to meet people from different cultures with different mindsets. And this is why I don't judge,
Mhm.
because I feel like the best thing I can do is learn
Mhm.
consistently, daily. So if I come in with an idea already, no, 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 I'm gonna miss out on somebody telling me something that could really potentially change my life. And out here, I'm not trying to not get my all the money on the table, and I'm not trying to get all the knowledge on the table. That's just not what
Mhm.
I'm doing. So I
Mhm.
would tell any dude, like, before you make up all these assumptions, like, talk to her, say hello. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I know what it's like not to be looked at, because, like, passed on because, oh, I have a kid at 14. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
couldn't even play with my friends because, ew. You know what I'm saying?
And you
Like,
only have one child?
I only have one child.
Oh, shout out to you.
Yeah, I learned my lesson.
Yeah, I got one too, and I'm done. You heard? She's 16 though.
What? But so I
Mhm.
just feel like people just have all these preconceptions and the way things should
Mhm.
be. And, like, too many people running around broken hearted. Some people are running around, they never even had a bad experience with a person. But because of what they hear on social media, what conversations are had around them, they don't even put themselves out there. That can never be me. Because if I want something, I don't care what it is, I'm gonna shoot my shot for everything. So I would just tell any dude that wants to talk to me, or to a girl who looks like me, like, shoot your shot. You know what I'm saying? Just be. I feel like you just have to have some type of like confidence is everything, and you
Mhm.
have to know what you after. Also,
Mhm.
like if you know, like I carry myself a certain way, right? I live a specific lifestyle. If you know that that's gonna be a problem, don't approach me. Don't come to me because then when I'm living my life, you're still gonna be mad. You understand? So it's like you're putting yourself in a situation where you're creating hate for somebody that don't need to be
So
hated.
what does living your life? What you mean by that? What does that look like? Living your
Like
life
I'm
when
still
you're in a
gonna I'm
relationship.
oh no, if I'm in a relationship, well it is
Are you
different, right?
talking about when
Because
you're single business
yeah,
owner,
I'm talking
Esme?
about single when you're trying to talk to me, right? So
Okay, yeah,
like I
you're
have
already in motion.
yeah, like now I have a lot of men approach me and they're like, I could deal with this, but then you start to like me and I'm still posting and now it's a problem. Like don't do that. Like if you really cool with it, be cool with it. If you're not, then lead with that. Like listen, I really like you and I would like to work towards getting you off. You know what I'm saying? This situation or maybe dress in a different way or
Okay. Now let me ask you this:
Mm.
for a man to put you in that position, is it okay, a economic thing, or is it how he makes you feel thing? Because some women will say, yeah, I'll get it, I'll stop my thing, but how you gonna take care of me? Are you gonna make sure I make money this way? Like, is it a matter of he has to facilitate another means for you to make that money that you're missing, or is because how he makes you feel and the type of impact he had in your life that you respect it? Like, which one, or is it both?
It's both, right? So
Okay.
I prefer a man that I can teach. I mean, that can teach me something. Because if you putting me in a better situation than the one I'm in, and you don't necessarily give me money, then I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you come into my life and you're like, a 50 who has all these businesses and all this liquor businesses, all this stuff. And you say to me, like, I'm never going to put a dollar in your hand, but I'm going to put you in the right places, in the right spaces for you to grow. Like, you're already giving me a fortune. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, cool. You can tell me you don't want me to do social media because you just taught me how to.
Oh, here they go, man. Here they go. It was getting. Oh, here we go. I was like, what happened?
Yeah, so you can
Screen went
show.
on.
So like that's knowledge that's gonna position me to do something different.
Now, to be fair, that could sound a little contradictory though, because you said you would deal with a brother that makes,
Mhm.
everyday money. He can't do
That's
that.
right.
So are you saying that you will give him a chance, but he's still limited in how he could tell you how to move?
No,
Like,
I would. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. It's not that I wouldn't give him a chance. It's just teach me something different. You know what I mean? Because you can, as a man, you could come to me and say, "Look, I'm a man. I like to see a woman who's sexy. This is buy me a dress that you think is sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like pose this way, babe, because maybe posing like this makes you look crazy, babe. Don't twerk online. You know what I mean? Like things like that.
okay.
I
So
feel
he
like
still, so basically, he still can have, because it's like okay, because we talking two different things. So on one hand, it's like, if you want me to stop making money this way and give me another way to make money. But what if he
mhm,
doesn't? But you're saying if he doesn't have, you're still open to changing how you move, even
yes.
if he can't do that. So you
That's
you prefer somebody who can totally change your situation. But if he can't, you're still open to his opinion on how
right.
you carry
Especially
yourself.
yeah, especially if he's a good man. Like it's I said it that day, and I will say it every interview that I go to. Like, I have so much respect for men because I've been around men that have never touched me but have changed my entire life. Like for instance, my daughter had cancer in her ear, and the doctor. I was a kid. I was a kid myself. Didn't know what was going on, and that doctor put up the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to be in a situation like that and have some type of hate from men, like I can't. I just can't do it personally.
I
Um,
respect that. I respect that. I think if people sent a super chat, shout out to you for the super chat. I believe I got one. Yes, your friend Storm. Shout out to you for that, sweetheart. I appreciate it. Sent the 199. Appreciate that. Yeah, y'all support the channel. Support the channel. Y'all already know what time it is. We are not passing around the trash bag. Y'all already know.
Donation. It's a donation. I thought it was a trash. Don't be hitting on me.
Man, show some love. Support the channel. Support the channel. Okay, I could dig that. So next one. Where do you think the line is between confidence and online imagery?
I think people be so in other people's lives, wanting them to like
Hmm.
put themselves in a box. Like it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, where I draw the line is I won't show my coochie. I won't show my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I draw the line. Like I feel like some things for different platforms are just tasteless and some are tasteful. And I think that also as I evolve in my career, like with the nonprofit dealing with more kids and things of that nature, like I tone it down because I won't even go to like when I'm on vacation. I don't even stay at regular hotels. I always go to like adult only
Hmm.
because like I know my body type is a bit crazy. I don't want to be in front of a bunch of kids in my
Little kids,
thong. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's just
You
like,
definitely not built for Disney World. That's out.
and I've been, but even then, I was like, I got there and I was like, yeah, I gotta go to Walmart and I gotta buy some shorts that's gonna cover all of this. But there's a place for everything. I
Yeah,
just I don't feel like that should be anybody's decision but the person who's doing it.
I got you. I got you. Have you ever felt no, hold on. What parts do you think your audience doesn't see because of how visual social media is?
So the thing is that I because social media for me is a business,
Hmm.
I understand, like I literally examine the analytics, right? So I know what platform I can use for what. All of my platforms do not have the same content.
Hmm.
I know that in some platforms I can actually show who I am. And other, I have to look as good as I do. So I think that what they don't get to see is like the human in me in some of the platforms. They don't get to see like what I do for my community. They don't get to see that, like I'm just regular. Like I cry too, like my shit stink too.
Hmm.
That's what it is. They don't get to see like as me the human being. Because it's just like as me traveling, as me eating in nice places, as me, like I go through a lot of things in my personal life. That
Do you
haven't
think
always
that
been able.
sometimes people do you think that the nonprofit work could sometimes conflict with your professional work?
I
And
think
if so,
that
how do you separate the two?
So it's crazy because about a year and a half ago, I remember like I applied to come and speak out of school,
Okay.
and they were like, yeah, so they cut the check and everything, and then they were like, oh, we looked up your social media, you're not a good look.
Oh.
You know what I did? I turned it over to my daughter because why? She has to look for it. My if you look at my daughter's social media, she has a whole different type of content. I showed my daughter how to do social media, and she found her own thing. So that's what I did. um so in situations where people be like no, because maybe you have this out, okay, cool, I'm gonna pass it on to my family or to the next person that can make it happen. But to me it's not a door closed. To me is, all right, now I gotta go harder. It's just like I never had tattoos when I was in corporate America all my life. Okay, like i'm I'm published as a grant writer. Like I went to college, I did all of that, and I was so unhappy. I remember making $55 an hour, coming home and crying in the middle of my floor,
Mm.
and I didn't have nothing that I have now. You know why? Because I was living my life for everybody else. I went to college. I had a career because I wanted to take away the shame of having a kid at 14. I wanted to take away the shame that I was a statistic, that when people look at me, all they could see is, oh, all she do is F. And I went through so much to get there, to please people,
Mhm.
and I was still unhappy. So it got to the point where I'm just like, no, I'm a shape my life, and I'm a hustle until I could do what I want to do. So when I hit a certain tax bracket, that's when I got my tattoos. And after I got my tattoos, I was like, all right, you got to grind harder, because I know people look at me and they think, oh, she's not smart enough because she got tattoos, or she got to be a hood B, or like, no, now I can come into the room with the biggest people and they know who I am. Like I do a lot of political work now.
Okay.
I'm in that type of scene. I supervise kids now. Why? Because I was like, all right, that's how you feel. Let me
So
show you.
so as you get older, do you see yourself more going towards the philanthropy direction more so than media and promotions?
I'm gonna always do media and promotion, but what I did do as a businesswoman is I created an environment where it just runs by itself. So that's always gonna be there. which I guess to your point means that I'm like a little bit more in the back end, just running businesses. Absolutely, because
Okay.
I'm 40. Like, how long you think I'm? I
Exactly.
just recently, actually in August, I just retired like hosting, like party hosting,
Yeah.
because I realized like, okay, next. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Absolutely. How was your how has your relationship with self-image changed as you matured personally?
I think it has changed a lot. I was always like always confident. It's so funny because I said it, like I used to weigh 350 pounds,
Hmm.
and like my skinny girls would love going out with me because they're like, you get all the drinks, and the reason for that is because even now when I do photo shoots and videos when I'm hosting, I always come out with the attitude like y'all gonna get what y'all gonna get and y'all gonna love it. So at the end of the day, I feel like the only thing that shifted from me being 350 pounds to now is that back then I was very cautious with what I wore because you're a big girl. Like you don't want to wear anything and everything's hanging out and you look crazy. Like you look like a bag of potatoes.
And you're
That's
not
not
that
cool.
tall. How tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
Wow.
But what saved me honestly was that I always had this shape. Always. Like I always had a, like an hourglass shape. So thanks to my mama DNA.
Yeah, you real short.
Yeah, I'm a short person.
Oh yeah.
I love it here.
I bet. Was there a moment when you realized people were more invested in the idea of you than who you really were?
Now, now it's like that. But this is not just for me, right? What happens is when you are in an environment where people are fiends for clout. People are fiends to be in spaces where they don't gotta pay. They just gotta say, "Oh, I roll with her," and for like the bigger I got, the more that became the truth. Like people don't care if I'm sick. People don't care when I'm not good. People just care whoop whoop. And I did this one interview and I said, for a long time I was the whoop whoop friend and I thought I had it on lock. And then when I stopped being that woo woo friend because I was going through some things and I was just like showing up, but my mom wasn't there, I realized these people don't even pay attention. Like they don't even understand that I'm like literally walking dead. And
Mhm.
that's when I think I shifted my entire my entire love for this type of work shifted. And I feel like that's when I had the opportunity to become my greatest self. And I think that that's when I was like, I'm gonna really grind and
Mhm.
make this money work for me. And then I started cutting like I will go to a club, right, to host, and all the baddies wanted to come because they wanted the bottles, right? And
Mhm.
they wanted the free entry and they wanted to be on their phone. So I was like, all right, cool. So I started telling the promoters, like, what you gonna spend on that bottle, put it in my pocket. And then I
Mhm.
started telling the ladies, like, look, y'all gotta all chip in for bottles. And that started to dwindle because people don't they're not going to support me. They're going there because they look good next to me. So it's just understanding that.
So I'm sure you probably get hit up by a lot of dudes in the different industries,
I
probably
do.
athletes.
I do.
Uh, who you get more attention from? NBA players or NFL players? Oh,
It's an NBA player.
NBA, NFL, like who or it don't matter.
I think they all love me.
Oh, really? I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. I'm sure you got some crazy propositions in your day.
You know
Uh,
what's so crazy? I just want to say this. Like, I
mhm.
really hate when ladies have dealings with these athletes, actors, whatever, men with money, and then
Mhm.
they go on these
and,
platforms
and
and they
and try to
brag
shit
about
on
it.
them.
Like that shit
Yeah,
is
that
trash.
yeah.
And then
Like what Selena Powell doing with Offset, that shit is
yeah,
corny.
like
But
that
but this
shit.
but this the thing though. At some point, this my thing. This what I don't understand. How you get to that level of success? Because let me touch 100 million or something like that. I don't even want nobody that's accessible like that. Like I don't understand how these guys get into the industry just to deal with somebody that Future had a child with, or it's like, yo, you got access to anybody in the world. Some of the most beautiful women are just everyday women that work at Best Buy or something. Like, I would
That's
take somebody and like upgrade them more so than trying to deal with some rapper's ex or some porn star. I just don't understand the psychology of these men. Like, why would you even want a Selena Powell? Like, you're Offset. You can find a bad woman in France. I don't know. I just feel like these guys are limited in their mindset. It's like, you guys are rich, right? You got the world as your oyster. Why do you just want some local stripper chick that used to fuck with some rapper? Like,
But
I don't see
these are men with like no discipline. And when I say discipline, I mean like they have so much money that they have everything accessible to them that there's no value in it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these people are not even fulfilled with themselves. So when you lack discipline, you make poor choices. And there you have it. You know what I mean? And also like I don't think that there's anything wrong particularly with dealing with whomever you want to deal with, but I do feel like if like keep that shit private. You know what I mean?
But
Like
that's the thing. When you're dealing with them type of women, it's never going to be private. Like
yeah.
they're only famous because they sleep with dudes like you and expose them. So knowing that, why would you put yourself in that situation?
Because they lack
I,
discipline. They
I,
I
you know what I
think
think it is? I think they want. I think it's a clout. I think this is the first era of men that date girls for clout. Like
because a lot of
they
our
date chicks
men,
because they are supposedly
unfortunately,
lit or whatever. Like they think like a female. Like I don't care about clout when it comes to who I'm dating. I gotta like you. Like
yeah.
I don't know. This
But that works
generation is
both
weird.
ways. But also, do you not realize like men? You know, and I hate to say this because I like I say I love
No,
men
say
and I
what you
feel like
said.
there's a lot of high value men, but I feel like we're in a space now where men want to be courted, right? Men want to be spoken to softly. Men want their doors open, like men want, so it's just like
I don't know about all that. Come on now. We don't want all that. Y'all be reaching. We ain't asking y'all to pull the door open. This what it is, Esme. It's just that men, right? You got an era of women that's always talking about, we independent. We I don't need you. I don't need you. When you start saying that, men are like, okay, well, if that's the case, then if this is just a first date and I don't know you, you pay your way, I pay my way. And
mhm,
it's like they say, chivalry is dead because women killed her. You think women going? You think what I mean? Men took a woman out and she just blocked them or just ghosted them, or
yeah.
so dudes are not going to just be throwing that money away. I look at it like this: if we just get to know each other based on the time we in, me paying my way is like I'm paying the ticket to your show and you paying the ticket to my show. You know what I'm saying? I think
Mhm.
women have talked so crazy over these few years that men feel like they have to do things to
To protect
show that they
themselves.
have value, because if they just leave it in the women's hands, it'll just go their way and it's nothing you can do about it. Because women will take advantage of a man's kindness
I feel
and they
like
mess it up for other women.
that's true, but I feel like it's not just a woman or a man thing. I just feel like just the world has done such a great job at spreading us apart as opposed to bringing us together. And also, there's not a lot of like clear communication going on because I feel like if again it goes back to like meshing with who you want to mesh with, right? Because as a woman, if you decide you want to go 50-50, that's cool if I'm the type of woman that wants to do that. You know what I mean? So it's just like that. But if I don't like it and you tell me straight off the back, like, yo, I want to do 50-50, like, I have to communicate that with you. But I also have to understand that doesn't make you a bad ninja. Like, it's not saying about me, like, oh, he tried to disrespect me. It's not that. It's just
It
like
just
that's
ain't
what
your
he's doing
it
to
just ain't your
protect.
cup of tea.
Right. But people here, when people give their honest opinion or like who they are, the woman a lot of times wants to say, oh, like it's something personal. He did it for me. And it's not, So I think that when people stop blaming other people and just like, okay, well, that doesn't suit me. Let me keep it moving. As opposed to taking it so, wholeheartedly, then
And try to, yeah, I know what you're saying. It's like that's just his opinion. I don't mean he a bad person. I don't mean
yeah.
that. It just because they'll say that and be like, oh, he must be broke. No, I know a lot of men with
Yeah, he
money
just
that's
don't want
coming
to
like
do
that.
it. Yeah.
And they just doing it. I think when it comes to men, men need to feel like the woman cares. Cause it's like in the beginning, you don't really know if she liked you if you just constantly buying this and buying that. Because I feel like women, you learn a lot about a woman when she's not comfortable.
Mm,
When you can remove her out of a comfortable situation, then you'll see who she really is. It's
mhm.
easy for a woman to kick her feet up and knowing when you got the bill and you covering everything. You never really see if she cares. But if you saying, you know what, I don't have it tonight, or I want to do something a little less expensive, or how about we just take a walk? A man will see if she like you, she gonna be with it. If a woman only want to be around you when you're spending money, then she don't really like you like that. And I'm sure
I
you know that to the man that you really like, he doesn't have to spend a whole lot of money.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. at all. I just feel like, again, people need to have like the real conversations and stop acting like somebody's doing them wrong because they feel however they feel. I just feel like, damn, everything nowadays is a test. You know what I'm saying? Because you might really like me and we might really vibe, but you're like, nah, I'm not about to treat her to this because I don't know if she really like
But
me.
I,
Like,
I,
what?
I agree. But this what you got to realize. Y'all got to understand collateral damage. Like women is tripping out here, Esme. And y'all got like it's like us men had to deal with that. Like I didn't like when growing up. I had to deal with the sins of my father, and men ate it. We had to deal with the assumption that you on the street. The assumption it's not fair, but we
Mhm.
dealt with it, and we didn't. It didn't freak us out when people would get us mixed up. But it seemed like women want the same allowances men. They want to make their own money, but they don't want to deal with the collateral damage of the negative women in their group, just like how we had to deal with that. So men are trying to protect themselves. So I think if a woman really like a man, just ride it out and see where it go because other women has fucked it up for you. I'm
But then
sorry.
if I'm a good woman and you want to do something
Then we
nice, but you're
then
like,
we'll
nah,
find
I gotta
out.
keep touching her,
Then
that's
it'll we'll know.
insane.
We'll know. We'll know.
I
But in
mean,
the beginning,
you gotta
you
treat me
gotta give
nice
us a
from the
break.
beginning. Don't be putting me through no damn tests.
It's not
Like,
a
we gotta
test.
vibe.
It's not a test. So if a
No, we
man say, "Hey,
gotta
I just want to
vibe.
go
Like,
to
we
I just
gotta
want to go to the
vibe.
museum. I want to get some boba tea, and I want to go to the museum and go down Times Square when the weather's nice in Central Park and talk."
That's cool. I love that. That sounds
Okay,
amazing.
that can be considered, but that's a test. It's a test.
Look, I think that that's amazing. I love it. But
But that's
yeah, I'm
also
not.
can be considered a test. Every
Yeah,
test
every.
ain't some fucked up shit. See,
Okay,
that's a test right
cool.
there. Because if she cool with that, she passed the test. Okay, she's cool.
But hold on. What if she? But what if she's lying? Like, what if she's faking it? Like,
That's why I get weird. But either way, that's what I'm saying. You can't. You damned if you do, damned if you don't. So at least if she lied for that, then you know she really ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? But at least you at least put her through the test because. Now I'm glad you said that because a lot of men say, "Oh, she just like that, then she got to be a 304 or whatever."
yeah.
But as you know, as and a woman being a woman, it's always the ones you don't see coming.
That's what I was trying to say that day. Cause it's
It's
like,
always the ones you don't see coming.
I've always, especially because I had a kid, I always been looked at like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be like, like the mothers, they'll be like, no, don't go out. You can't go out by yourself with Esme. But then the house they were sending her to, like it don't be me. It be the nuns. I promise you, like they be the nuns. It do not be me. So
Word.
I'm
Yeah,
not
but but yeah, it's never the ones you never see it coming sometimes, and that's where it get crazy because it's girls that dress nice and talk nice and will fucking fuck you over and treat
and
you like
they're
you ain't
wrapped
nothing.
pieces of shit.
Yes,
It's
they
just
are.
like it. I always tell people this, like, a man, let's say a man who's wealthy, right?
Hmm.
And he may be giving you 10K a month or whatever. And then there's a really good guy who's really giving you his last. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And you may not appreciate it, but the man with the money already, he got it. So he don't care. He's spending 10K on a regular. You know what I'm saying? That's his pocket change. But here is somebody who's sacrificing everything that they got. They're getting up every day. Like, I prefer that because the money can go. At some point, he could run out of money, and then what you gonna have? The same piece of shit who wasn't trying to put work and effort into it. So I'd rather someone that shows me that they're gonna consistently make it happen, as opposed to somebody who just there's no value in it, right? Because I got it. Here you go. So
Okay, let me give you a scenario. A man is blind, so he can't see you. Why
okay.
should he deal with Esme? Because he can't see what you look like. So all he can go about is everything outside of that. What about you makes you different from the next woman?
So, and I'm not gonna
Visuals
say,
aside.
yeah, I'm not gonna say nurturing,
Okay.
caring, and these are all things that you can show. So like if I was with a blind man, right, describing to him the settings that we're in, taking that time, not feeling frustrated when he's asking me, because he's gonna definitely ask me
Did you
mad
say
questions.
describe it as
I'm gonna have to describe the
Yo,
setting,
you
you know what I'm saying?
funny as
I
hell.
swear to God. I feel
Yeah.
like
That was funny as hell, baby. You know where we at right now? You smell that? We at the beach. Look, feel this. No, she said describing the area. That's
listen, you
funny as hell.
whatever you gotta do. But besides that, like I think people could feel like the human in me. Like I always tell people like I love love. Like I love what that represents and what it makes me feel. So when I genuinely like if you and I met at a place, you're gonna feel like we've been knowing each other forever. Cause I'm gonna vibe with you. We're gonna have a good time. Like I'm not. It's not gonna be no awkward silences. Clearly, I talk a lot, so there's never gonna be a silence.
I mean, we northerners, so you know how that should go. Cause I grew up I grew up in Newark, New Jersey, so I'm
Period.
right there. My mother from Harlem, so that shit is right across the water. So you
Yeah.
already know what
So
time it is.
yeah. So yeah. So I think that that's what they. It's a feeling. You know what I'm saying? People always gonna remember feelings, and I like to create
But
memories. So
when it comes to the love word, and my coworker told me this recently, and it's like, you know what, that's true. Because we always talk about we want love, even me. But when I step back and think about it, it's like love is really like a high, and it dissipates. It doesn't really stay. So it's kind of like choosing to love somebody despite, because that high of love is going to run out, and after that it becomes a choice,
yeah.
and you choose to love somebody despite, because they're not going to make you feel good all the time. They're not going to make you feel happy all the time, but do you stay with them despite that? To me, that's the real part of relationships that people want to talk about, is the work. Because you're gonna, some days you're just gonna get tired of this motherfucker. And are you still gonna choose them? That's when you know you really got something. And I think a lot of people, once the feeling leaves or it don't feel the same, then they leave. But it's like that's not what relationship is based on, a feeling. Like it's something that you choose to recreate over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Do you think it's some truth to that? How you feel about that?
I think that that's absolutely true. I think that we live in a world where it's like you have so many options, and people are quick to say, "Well, if you're not happy, girl, leave." And the truth is that constantly finding the reason why two people connected in the first place is the key. Always going back to like these were the things that made me fall madly in love with you. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
recreating those moments, and I think that um if like for instance, right, my best friend has my location. This is just a
Mhm.
location thing. She has my location. I have no problems with telling her whatever. Like that should be the same experience I'm having with my partner.
Mhm.
Because it's just like if I'll give it to my friend, why wouldn't I give it to you? Or if I can tell my friend, oh, I dislike this, why would I have to spend the time telling my friend what I should be telling you? I think that
Absolutely.
once you decide to connect with a person, the entire world kind of like disappears because
Mhm.
y'all creating a world of your own, and eventually it should get to a point where y'all just looking at each other and know what's going on. So I
Mhm.
think like keeping each other like still flirting, keeping each other um happy in the way they want to be happy. Because like for me, I like words of affirmation, right?
Mhm.
So I like to be constantly reassured, not like you're not doing anything, but like that we're good. So like don't if that's how I like to be loved, don't give me gifts. You know what I'm saying? No, give me gifts, but don't give me gifts. You
Ah,
know
I
what I'm
knew
saying?
that
You know
was
what I
coming. I'm
mean?
like,
Now you know what I mean. Like that
no,
was
I know
just.
what
I
you
guess that
mean.
was a bad example, but it led to whatever. Like love me the way I need to be loved, and I have to love you the way you need to be loved. Because
Mhm.
we also forget when we get in relationships. Like I'm still an individual. There's still things that I like. You know what I mean? That it's kind of like your job to okay. My girl, she likes to be told she look good. Like let me put that into what I'm saying, because that's how she likes to be loved. That shit might not mean nothing to you, but it means something to her. And the same thing with women. I think that women forget that men like to be called handsome. They like to get head for no reason. They like to, be
Yes, we do.
adored
Yes, we do.
and
We
be
do.
treated well. Like I have no problem. If I'm laying down with my man and my man needs something, I'm not telling my man, go get it yourself. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna get it because my job is to cater to you and please you at all times. That's my job. And
Talk
that's
that shit.
what I'm saying? So like vice versa. I think that when you become it's like a task and everything is a problem, or he's annoying me, like, no, I wanna be in my man's skin. I want to smell his breath. Like I want to be in it, and I feel like that's what we keep it. We keep
Nah,
it going.
that's real. That's real. Oh man, Picasso, you can't knock her game, but she's definitely gonna game you up. She's good. You running game, Esther? You running that game on them,
Listen,
man?
I have friends from 14, 15 years ago, and they'll tell you like, damn, she's exactly the same person.
That's a fact.
And
That's a
yeah,
fact. What's what's a over a underrated quality that men don't realize that you may appreciate that they think you don't
about them or about myself? About them.
about them? Like, what's something that they can do that they probably don't think they can to get your attention? Because I'm
Um,
sure you said, like you said, they always come at you with the Cash App shit.
I think for me, like showing up as yourself and not having rules, like that's something that's I feel like is unappreciated because I think that when they show up with the cash app, it's because they feel like that's all they can offer me. But when they show up as
Is
themselves,
it
and
that, or are they assuming that's all you want?
I think that honestly, I think that they like a lot of confidence, and they feel like that's what's gonna get her attention right now. So that's what it is. I'm not. They can't say that that's what I want. They don't even fucking know me.
No, you're right. But most
I'm not.
women who have that look, because like I'm gonna give you an example, right? Strippers is, they be looking good, but in the back of my mind, the reason why I never dated one is because I think that that person's bottom line is money. So if I feel like they bottom line is money, then that's what's going to make me lose them. So I think a man could confuse women who dress sexy in the same vein as a stripper. So they probably thinking like she's wearing this type of clothes and she's pushing this type of imagery for money. So that must be her bottom line. So I'm just telling you how men think. So they probably thinking
No.
like that's her bottom line. So for me to get her attention, I'm gonna have to come with that. So I think that's what it is. They're instantly comparing you to everybody else instead of just saying who you are. And as men, it's kind of hard for men to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would you like if you gotta? It's like if men just walk around just throwing money all in the air. You're
Mhm.
not going like you know what I'm saying. You're not gonna know which dude is really got more to them than just their money because if that's all they doing,
But
that's
I'm
all they
also not
doing.
gonna let the I'm also not gonna let the idea of this might be my man get stopped because it's a bunch of niggas throwing money. Like at the end of the day, this is how I feel. I feel like
You go after what you want.
yeah, but besides that, how else am I gonna know which one is right if I'm not talking to them? If I'm just because in my head, everybody, you know what I'm saying? That everybody's bad. It's just like I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I have a really good friend of mine, and he is very attractive, but this is my friend, this is my homie. This man sleep half of his life away. You hear me? He sleeps, he goes to work, and he like to eat. Simple man, but he's attractive. So every time he's dealing with a female, the first thing you must have hoes. Like who want to listen to that? And how are you gonna let that relationship blossom if you already come into the situation thinking that I'm gonna do you dirty? You might as well leave me alone. So if I have an advice for any man or woman that wants to talk to me, like if that's how you coming, then don't.
You
Like do
said
yourself a
man
favor.
or woman, so you like men and women?
No, I like men,
Oh,
but if y'all, maybe.
okay. I mean, hey, all right. Do you have a race preference? Do you mind? Do you open to all races and all that?
I listen. I'm open to all of
Chinese,
that.
white man, all that.
No, no, I don't think I would ever date like a Chinese or a white man. That's my preference because I like a lot of color. Like I can't envision myself like seeing
You
all
have a
that.
height preference? Do you good with 5'5" guys, 5'6" guys, five
You know
seven?
what's so funny? Let me tell you, right? I used to give all of them a fair chance, but then I got in a relationship with a short dude, and he had the Napoleon complex. Like it's just like
They
little
really be
dogs. They
having
want to
that shit.
bark a lot. So yeah, I need a man who's taller than me.
But that ain't that hard. You only 5'2"?
Shut up.
I'm just saying. I mean, that should be that hard. You should definitely find people taller than you. But nah, that's what's up. So how you feel about today's music? Being from the hip hop capital, like, do you like the state of hip hop in New York? Are you a hip hop fan? Are you an R&B girl?
I'm definitely an R&B girl, definitely. But music, don't ask me because I only know the hook, and that's it. I want people who be in the club like this. Yeah, like yeah.
So what's your favorite part of the nightlife, and what part of it is like are you starting to get tired
Um,
of?
I'm really done with the nightlife. Like the only thing that I do now is The only thing that I do right now is basically like hostings for like bigger gatherings. I host like a lot of Met galas and things like that. So the nightlife,
Oh, so you said Met Galas?
yeah, and like a lot of black
Oh,
tie events.
so you the plug. So you be that's what you be doing when you in Atlanta?
Yeah, so in Atlanta currently, the reason why I go to Atlanta a lot is because I'm building. I want to build a tiny home community.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's what I'm working on right now. I want the kids coming out of foster care to gain all
Oh,
of their.
so it's not media related stuff
No,
in Atlanta.
it's not a me. It's not media related at all. This is
Okay, okay,
for,
okay.
yeah, strictly for that.
So New
So,
York is where you mainly do like the nightlife stuff.
hmm
Okay, okay. Yeah, when I go up to Jersey, man, hook me up. Let me get in one of them shits, man. Give me let me get a wristband.
I got you.
Yeah, man. I need to get some me some network with some folks. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like
so
that's what I mostly do. Like a lot of networking events I do now. Yeah,
so how do you protect intimacy in relationships having such a public life?
because my relationship doesn't have to be public until it's public. I feel like, see, I'm the type like I post my friends, so you'll really never know what's going on, and people make their assumptions, but my life is basically what I allow you to see, right? I have no like necessary desire of having like a super public relationship. Um, I did it, and for me, it was cool.
What industry was they? Was they like a regular guy? Or they worked in like the
No,
industry you worked in.
they were another like big influencer.
You
He,
going? Can we get a name or no? They go
I
no.
don't
We can't
know.
get no T. Okay, no T.
No, he's my, yeah, no. But I did it. You know what I'm saying? Our relationship was public, and we did a lot of work together. I think that when the separation happens, like that's where you feel the pain because everybody's like in the business, and
What
the truth
made
is
y'all
that
fall out? Like what happened?
it was a difference of opinion, I guess.
Is this the one you was talking about that wanted a child?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you capping, man?
No, I don't want to. Yeah, that was it. I swear to God, I
Okay. So,
promise.
but he didn't know that when y'all got together.
No. So, and this is why I say you gotta have the communication has to be super open because I promise you, my entire life is like, oh no, I don't care about social media. Oh no, I don't care who's under your likes, and then it just becomes a constant. After like we getting somewhere, it's just like, oh well, you don't think that you should do this. You don't think
Yeah,
people change.
yeah, that's what's up. I
That's why I
feel you.
said the best compliment is for. I mean, the best thing a man could do is just come to me like as they are. Like tell me, no, I don't like that.
Nah,
You
I
know
hear
what I
that.
mean?
I hear that, man. Honesty is always my policy. Shout out to excuse me, Sister Jamie just sent a super sticker. I appreciate that.
Thank
Please, y'all
you.
join the channel, hit the memberships. Definitely trying to keep it moving. We got another interview coming live tomorrow, y'all. So stay in tune. I had a question for you. What's something that you feel like you can be better at?
Oh man, I'm really working on so when I am not in a good space, like when I'm not done accomplishing what I have to accomplish, or even like when I'm going through like emotional turmoil, I really distance myself
You
from.
retreat? Yeah, I'm the
Yeah, I
same.
retreat.
When your birthday?
August 6th, I'm a Leo.
I knew it. Yo, I swear to God, I was like, she a Leo. I
Really?
knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Especially when you say you like words of affirmation. Because
I do.
Leos
Cause we big.
love to be told shit all the time. Y'all slick too. Because y'all do shit like y'all buy gifts to get a gift.
Hmm. I like to be. Look, I'm a gifter. I'm
Uh-huh.
a gifter, and let me like this is why it kills me how men think that I would never do for a man. Like
No,
I've
Leos
done
do. Leos do, but they want you to do back now. It
because
ain't
I
charity.
because I deserve that. But when we do it, we definitely do it from the heart. Like I expect anybody that come my way to understand that they're gonna get the world, but they gotta bring me the world and the moon and the stars. You know what I
The
mean?
sun, the moon, the mountains, and the
Yeah.
rivers.
But
You want that '90s love. That's what you want.
listen,
Oh,
listen.
here we go.
Listen,
Man,
but you're gonna feel like that. You're never gonna question where you at. Like you're gonna tell yourself like, damn, I didn't know I was a king before this woman. Like
that's what I'm talking about. So, what's the best gift you ever gave somebody? You're one of your who
so
you was dating. What's the best gift you gave them?
so the best gift, like just to talk about it, was he went from being a truck driver to retiring it because I gifted him his every single license permit, whatever there was to have. I gave him my audience basically, and I
Mm.
paid for my class so I could learn what he did because I wanted to show him the
When
value
you
of
said you gave him your audience, what you mean? Like
my
you was
people.
you was like sending people to his social media page?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and he was able to like leave his job within months. So I would say like on that note, that's the best gift. But um, also a birthday, I gifted a whole paid everything. Went and brought the man's clothes, the entire his whole entire wardrobe for the vacation. Took him to a private island, did private massages, all that and all that and all that. That was a really good gift.
And this was the
Definitely.
last one.
Had him out the country for 7 days. Yeah.
What's the furthest you've been away from America? What's the furthest place you've been? I've been out the country twice for the first time.
Oh, that's all I do. So I've been to Greece. I've been
Mm.
to everywhere, like in Europe. I went to Turkey. That was super dope. I did like a 30-month solo trip in Turkey.
Can you
Um,
see yourself living somewhere else besides America?
Absolutely. Costa Rica is an amazing place to live. Um, I think I think Turkey is a beautiful place to live too. I absolutely loved it there.
I read a stat that said the most unfaithful women in the world, I think, is either in Spain or in Turkey.
Oh
One
shit,
one
and I
one of the two, man. I went to Spain for the first time. You know what's lit? You probably been there. Canada.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking I do a lot
Canada's
of business in
lit.
Canada too, but yeah, Canada is dope.
It's the club I went to out there. It's like a rooftop club. I swear that club was. It's like I don't know, like you 40, you my age, so you already know. Like back in the day, we used to really like go to the club to dance and shit.
And
You know
have
what
a
I'm
good
saying?
time.
And we had music that make you dance. I don't even think you can
Hmm.
dance to the music they make today.
Nope.
But in Canada, they still like party like that. Like
Yeah,
it's really
they
just vibes and dancing and really people getting along. It's not a bunch of just sections and Instagram posts. It's like everybody just on their phone. It's like I don't
I don't even like sections.
understand.
Like what?
Yeah,
I
we
want
sections back in the day. We get sections to that's where we drank, but everybody was on the dance floor all night. Like that was the
everybody.
spot to be.
Now
You
you
go to the
get
section when you
dressed.
too drunk to stand up and dance. That's when you go
Yeah,
sit in the
yeah,
section.
when you want to go to sleep. But now you get dressed and you just standing there
Sit
because the men
down.
won't ask you to dance. The girls don't want to dance because they don't want to sweat out their
They only the
makeup.
girls only dance with the girls.
Man, yeah, I don't
Girls
do
don't
it.
dance with dudes no more.
Let me tell you something about me, and I got videos to prove this. Everywhere I go, I pick the oddest looking person, the person nobody in that room wants to fucking be vibe with. I go vibe with them. We go dance, and by the time I'm leaving, they turned up, and everybody else, because
And
everybody
now
want
you
to dance
gotta
with them.
and that's how you make stalkers, ladies and gentlemen. Dancing with people like that. Now you in a players club situation
That's
and he
horrible.
downstairs and shit. Don't be
No,
gassing them weirdos up. They gonna think they in love. You in love with them. We got
yeah,
another three
there's
dollars.
also some functioning weirdos too. Like,
Nah, that trust me, I just met me one. So I already know.
really.
Oh man, listen. Shout out to brother Noomsay with the $3. You know we take it all, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you for showing love. Uh, but yeah, Miss Esme, I am not gonna hold you too long, sweetheart. I know you got a lot of things, but I'm just glad we was able to make the connection because, like I said, I would love to have you back for like some panels. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you got time, I know you got a busy schedule. I know you ain't got time to do all this all the time, but I definitely want to stay in touch, and definitely would like you to have be on a panel, and maybe one day we can get some in person because I like in person shit too. Get some in person content going. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it was a pleasure to have you on. Hopefully, you can come on the panel real soon,
Sure.
and dope conversation, dope conversation.
Gracias. Bye. Bye,
Thank you,
y'all.
Esme. Thank you. Hold on. All right, y'all. Another one in the books. Um, Esme was cool, y'all. You know what I'm saying? She's cool. Like, you can say what you want, but I think she's cool. She seemed very down to earth, very grounded. She's not oblivious to reality. And I think all you can do is respect that. Shout out to her. Shout out to the nonprofit she got going on. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. Yeah, you missed it. Y'all got to set y'all notifications on. Uh, Tomorrow we will be back at it with a goodie. This is gonna be a classic tomorrow. Definitely been waiting to talk to this brother. Medium Man himself will be in the building. So yeah, please pull up tomorrow night. Same bad time, same bad channel. And like I said, shout out to everybody that pulled up. And we are out.
I'm 10 toes. Hey yo, the game got me mortified. So I focus on being fortified. Twisted shit encrypted and codified. Products of a simulation. First generation sufferers of overstimulation. My stipulation got me looking for some ventilation. I changed the station, ignoring Satan's invitation. No visitation for my brothers off solicitations. Incarcerations, it's called the Matrix. If life's a bitch, then she's a dominatrix. So death got to be your masculine presence. Opening his arms while you bask in his essence. Sometimes when I talk to God, I call more passive aggressive. Will I open heaven's doors or just burn from my lessons? Blessings. You know the game been told. If I was you, then my soul would have been sold. Watch what you do, cause it's coming back tenfold. Either way it goes, man, I'm 10 toes, 10 toes, 10.